evening. Me with forever frog in my voice, my throat. It is October 5th, 2017. I'd like to give a shout out to my eldest son who turned 23 years old today. Yes, I cannot believe I have a 23-year-old son in grad school. It's just like, whew, where did all the time go? Tell me about it. So, hopefully, you were able to hear what I had to say just now. I forgot that I didn't have my mic up. So, just waiting for some people to show up in the chat room. Welcome, Anna. Welcome. Oh, my goodness. The chat room is hopping. Yes. You know, Chris, to be honest, I was going to wind down the evening and relaxing, maybe reading a bit. And I was like, no, got to stay consistent. Want to be there for my peeps. We give each other such good energy in the evening. So, I didn't want to break the tradition. So I am here. So I figure it's not going to, I won't be able to make it an hour. I'll just have to be honest with that. I won't be able to make it an hour, but I wanted to be here for everyone. And I want to give a shout out to Davey, who sent me email today to show me a video. He was really inspired this morning by the 4 agreements and went out and purchased a book and is excited about the book and is doing his own video. So Davey, you go. And is that a Scottish accent? Love it. Anyway, it brought a smile. I'm just closing out this software manager little window that came up. It brought a smile on my heart to know that I was able to pay it forward, some inspiration. And thank you for letting me know. Thank you. So I thought it would be nice to wind the evening down, trying to get my mellow radio voice on. Because usually I'm in mom voice. So let me get a little sip. Sorry. My dad sent me some fisherman lozenges, and I probably should be having them all the time, but they are mighty strong. So we're going to have our reading in the Tao Te Ching, chapter 8. However, let me stay consistent, bring out the chimes so I can invite us into this space. Thank you all for being here. Take a nice, deep, centering breath, letting go of all the stressors, etc., from the day. Remembering to breathe. And before we begin, if we can take a moment to remember our ancestors, our personal physical bloodline, as well as our spiritual line, as well as all of those who have transitioned before us, because, whether we personally, cognizantly, consciously knew them or not, we are all connected. So we just take a moment. Because it is because of them that we are here today. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the reading from chapter 8 of the Tao Te Ching, this translation in particular. I'm sure I probably butcher the poor man's name every time I say it. Gia or Gia Fu Fang and Jane English, chapter 8. Takes me a while to learn a lesson. Chapter 8. The highest good is like water. Water gives life to 10,000 things and does not strive. It flows in places men reject, and so is like the Tao. In dwelling, be close to the land. In meditation, go deep in the heart. In dealing with others, be gentle and kind. In speech, be true. In ruling, be just. In business, be competent. In action, watch the timing. No fight, no blame. That was awesome. I like that. That's one that I'd like to photocopy and paste on my mirror to look at every day before I stepped out into the world. And this is the Tao Te Ching, translated by Stephen Mitchell, which I found out from Chris Monet that he is the husband of Byron Katie. Cool. So, chapter 8. Right where my abundance bookmark is. This is from the previous owner. The supreme good is like water, which nourishes all things without trying to. It is content with the low places that people disdain. Thus, it is like the Tao. In dwelling, live close to the ground. In thinking, keep it simple. In conflict, be fair and generous. In governing, don't try to control. In work, do what you enjoy. In family life, be completely present. When you are content to be simply yourself and don't compare or compete, everybody will respect you. That was all right, huh? It was pretty tight translation, very inspiring. Okay. And this is the Tao Te Ching translated by Stephen Addis and Stanley Lombardo. Okay. Chapter 8. So there are going to be some transliterated Chinese in here for me to butcher a little bit. Okay. Look at that. I love Sume ink brush art. Shang Shan Zhou Shui. Best to be like water, which benefits the 10,000 things and does not contend. It pools where humans disdain to dwell, close to the Tao. Live in a good place. Keep your mind deep. Treat others well. Stand by your word. Make fair rules. Work when it's time. Only do not contend, and you will not go wrong. Okay, and last but not least, Tao Te Ching, John C.H. Wu. Yes, I got his name right. Translation. Okay. Oh, I never showed you the front page of the book, which is pretty cool. So we're at chapter 8. Here we go. For those of you that can read the Chinese. The highest form of goodness is like water. Water knows how to benefit all things without striving with them. It stays in places loathed by men. Therefore, it comes near the Tao. In choosing your dwelling, know how to keep to the ground. In cultivating your mind, know how to dive in the hidden deeps. In dealing with others, know how to be gentle and kind. In speaking, know how to keep your words. In governing, know how to maintain order. In transacting business, know how to be efficient. In making a move, know how to choose the right moment. If you do not strive with others, you will be free from blame. I like that. 8. 8 is my number. 8. Okay. I hope you guys and gals enjoyed that reading. And of course, even though I'm going to make it short, let's see what time it is. Okay, let me scroll up. Someone wants me to check out 8:04. Okay. I like how efficient you are telling me the timestamp. Okay, let's see. There's a lot of 8:04s. Chris says she wants that art piece, so text me the adoption fee when you can. Yes, ma'am, I will. It's really hard to get a good grasp on the colors, but there, hopefully you can. It has a lot of purplish, bluish, and fuchsia-ish. Ishes, lots of ishes. Thank you. Eight is the chapter. The chapter was 8. 8 is also October, which is the 8th month. I mean, yes, it is the 10th month, but it was also the 8th month. And 8 is my number. It's my life path number 8. So I really like the number 8. So that's what I meant by 8. Thank you. Okay. So I was planning not to go past 8:30. So I have a little bit of time. And yes, trivia night is starting up next door. I can hear them announcing already. So I'm going to bring out the goddess cards. Oh, thankfully, the book is right near me. So this is all about connecting with the divine feminine, learning, the different attributes and the way our various ancestors connected with the divine feminine in the past. So I got out my goddess deck. That is Sheila Nagig. Not sure how to pronounce that Gaelic, but I love this hag, Openings. And that's right next to Uranome, Ecstasy. Well, those two cards are appropriate to be next to each other. And Aphrodite. I'm not sure if I actually went through all the cards to show you, but I'll do that on a different video. Maybe if we have enough time after this one. We'll see. So I'm going to shuffle the deck. Okay, so who do we have today? Let's see if I can pronounce her name. Gildiptis, and that is synthesis. She looks very like Inuit, or from the Amazon, maybe Inuit or Siberian. Okay, no, let's see. G comes after E, comes after F. There she is. Oh, that's the back of the card. Synthesis. Yes, Gildiptis. I was right. Synthesis. I take opposites and conflicts and all that is contradictory. I take the diverse and varied. I take the simple and solitary and mix and merge and meld and blend. I take what is separate and create union. I bring together what needs to be brought together so wholeness is achieved. Gilpidus, whose name means lady hanging hair, is the forest goddess of the Tlingit and Haida people of Northwest North America. To her people, she was the mossy, hanging branches of cedar. When her people were threatened by the destructive whirlpool, Kagil Dep Gisk, which ate seafaring ships, she called all the natural powers of the coast together and prepared for them a sumptuous feast. Delighted with the feast, they all agreed to work with her. Thus Gildiptis was able to synthesize their energies and change the whirlpool into a river. Isn't that kind of cool that we pull this card right after we read the chapter 8 and the Tao Te Ching, when it was talking about water and about how water doesn't strive and how it lies low and how it's similar to the Tao, and how we should make our dwelling close to the earth, and how we should not strive with other people. I think it's very related to this card, synthesis. Gildiptis glides into your life to tell you the way to wholeness, for you now lies in synthesis. It is time to bring all the divergent parts, all the opposing pieces together into one whole you. At this time in your life, you may be engaged in conflict or opposition. Now you must resolve it and create union. Perhaps you are dissipating your energy or your life force in too many directions, or have hundreds of irons in the fire. This is the time to find the common thread that will serve your needs in the best way. Gildiptis says that by learning to listen to all the different pieces, all the divergent parts of you, and this can include your family, community, or partner, you can hear and give what is needed to create wholeness. Wholeness is created when all the parts are honored and listened to, when all the parts are brought together and synthesized into a whole. The greatest gifts to the whole often lie in the most disparate pieces. How many of us try to compartmentalize our lives, keep certain things separate, you know, even keep separate identities for various things because, we're too nervous or a little afraid to just be ourselves? Or how many times do we say, yes, 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 we'll do this, we'll do that. And then we realize we're just spread way too thin. I invite you, and the Divine Feminine invites you to meditate on your own personal synthesis. Isn't she beautiful? That is such a pretty, here we go. She is just beautiful. Okay. Yeah. All right. So I thank all of you for being here this evening. I wanted to at least bring the Tao Te Ching to you and, keep that tradition going. And maybe when we're done with that, can find some other beautiful, poetic, sacred text that we can share together. I thank you for joining all of us this evening and for keeping the chat room hopping. Let me just take a quick look. Oops. And what's going on in the chat room. So I want to welcome everybody. Recovering Soul, Davy, Chris, Anna, Michelle. Nice to see you. Tan Hawk, welcome. And I think I can read Denise. Not sure if I said Denise already. Jacqueline, welcome. And I think that's it. Sarah L. Kimberly, welcome. And Catherine. Okay, Niz. Welcome, Niz. Niz, let's see. What is Niz? Uh-oh, I missed Niz. Where did Niz go? Niz Sky Stalker. Welcome. Okay, my beautiful people. I must get going as I'm about to turn into a pumpkin. I wish you great peace and great bliss. Until next time. The sweetest, sweetest dreams.